Okay, so what's up? I was awoken out of my goddamn sleep. I've been up for the last hour just sitting here. So, the moment I decide to do the reading, the birds start talking. So we just gonna get into this reading. So, my son's father, they tried to do dream magic on me last night. They tried to do some dream magic on me. Bruh, they do the same shit over and over and over again. It just be crazy. So they tried to send me a dream of me getting raped. What's up? What's up? Motherfuckers got a infatuation with rape. Is that what we're dealing with? We're dealing. So the spiritual rapist versus the spiritual cannibal. Great. 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 My throat dry as a bitch. Hold on. Okay. Water the whistle a little bit. Well, rapists deserve to be eaten, if you ask me. Eat your ass right on up. Anyway. It's time to eat. And I'm feeling real hungry. It's crazy. It's crazy. My thing is that I knew that they were spiritual rapists. Most people who are very controlling, what is rape? Overpowering. It's when you overpower somebody, go against their will and their wishes. It don't matter how you do it. It is what it is. Crazy. Okay. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the Death card. So it looks like a bad investment, over investing for nothing. The situation is dead, so motherfuckers had to let go. So what else? What are the messages? They be so worrisome. I think that they up now trying to do stuff. You see, they trying to get me to respond on my IG so they can take whatever I say and use it against me, or try to make some sense of them avoiding the truth. They trying to figure out how much I know about their involvement with things. Well, that's just my tea and my business. Okay? We're not going to project that into the reading unless I'm doing my own reading. This is not my own. This is somebody else's reading, so we're going to separate what I'm going through. But at the same time, it's all reflections. It's either reflections or mirrors of what is going on and taking place with other individuals someplace else, that's in like a different reality, or they're just in a different place. It's like the same shit, different toilet. Okay, so we have the Secret Admirer card. Two of Cups in reverse, Six of Wands in reverse, Justice in reverse. You have Eternity. They have a Ten of Wands in reverse, so this is definitely opposition. So you're dealing with opposition, but there's somebody on the outside to where it's your op, but they're making some type of change. So something is being canceled. Some type of invitation or plans. If anything gets canceled at this time, I think it's something in which that's more so going to work in your favor. Okay? So there's something mutual here on the outside, and then with somebody who's close to you, or just somebody who's in your energy. But with the Two of Cups here, this is a separation. Somebody lied about why they got separated from somebody else. They thought that they was going to be able to walk away from the relationship with playing the victim, and they weren't able to do that. If anything, they caused some type of injustice or imbalance, which means that they lied. They tried to get out of a situation and lie. Pressure was applied and they cracked under the pressure. And so therefore, whatever plans or invitation that they had, it got canceled. So I feel like this may be, I want to say it's a three-way situation, but I don't think it's a three-way situation. It just looks like somebody on the outside doesn't want anything to do with someone who's in your energy or close to you. I don't think that this outside person is, they could be playing in your energy. We got the cancellation card, and then we have the death. So it's kind of like maybe they tried it. Maybe they thought they was going to try it. But the death card is a real big thing because it's like an ego death. So it's a transformation. So when we talk about ego death, it's kind of like, if a situation is over, if it's dead, then there's nothing that you can do about it. So, somebody has been beating a dead horse for a while. Okay? So something has happened to where it's kind of like they're realizing, it's time to make some type of a change, or, it's time to do things a little different. If there's anybody in your life that needs to leave, let them leave. Let them go. So, you could have been dealing with somebody at a distance that was investing, maybe paying individuals, somebody who's close to you, or playing for some type of witchcraft to be able to play in your energy. You know, my thing is that there's a lot being hidden with this situation here. Okay. It's kind of like God is saying, don't worry about what's going on or taking place behind the scenes. Just know that the shit is over. So when we come back to you, so you have the Four of Cups in the position of your crown. You know you have a secret admirer. But at the same time, the Four of Cups is an opportunity. So it's like somebody wants an opportunity, or they're offering some type of opportunity, or you are the opportunity. Okay. The opportunity to have an experience in, it's kind of like exploring your options in the way in which that you love yourself, right? So the Three of Cups is your abundance, right? You are emotionally abundant. You create that for yourself. So the Four of Cups is like a suggestion. I know that you can create love, joy, happiness for yourself, but I would like the opportunity to be able to show you that too, that you don't have to do all the work. So it is about emotional boundaries, but at the same time, understanding that, or just kind of like letting down your guards to let you know that it's okay to let somebody help, support, or assist you with your happiness, or with loving yourself, or when it comes to more of a perspective when it comes to love, like getting you prepared or ready for love. It could be some kind of a coach, some type of dating coach, love coach, or something like that. Some people, it could be like Build-A-Bear. Okay, when I say Build-A-Bear, you have some people, they like to build their partners. Okay. So I'm going to tell you, Leos are really good for that. I don't know if you are a Leo or not. How some people, it's kind of like they show up kind of broken, in despair, and it's like they're kind of raggedy, and so it's kind of like the Leo, you know, Leo sees an opportunity, and for some people it may seem like, yeah, like, oh, being selfish, trying to change me, this and that. But at this, and you may think that Leo is doing it for their own selfish gain and purpose. But sometimes, Leo deals a lot with incentive. You're benefiting from the situation, and so am I. So something here about optimism. The glass is half full, not half empty. So are these messages for a woman or for a man? Is it for a woman? It's for a man. Okay. So I believe that I'm talking to a woman. Because my thing is that, I know who I am. And, I'm not really the type of person to where, I'm going to listen too much to anything that anybody says, especially if I don't trust them or what have you. But I'm going to tell you, I don't have no fashion sense. I don't have no fashion. I'm trying, everybody in my, it's me and my dad. We don't have no fashion sense. We're like two peas in a pod. My mom got fashion. My sisters got fashion. My grandma had fashions. My aunt. It's like, damn, everybody took all the fashion and left me nothing. You know what I'm saying? I have never been good with coordinating clothes. There was a fashion designer at my church. I really admired her, and I've done work with a sewing machine. You know what I'm saying? But my needles keep breaking. They always break. And, I don't fully understand the sewing machine. Because it's just like, am I supposed to tie the thread when I cut it off from the machine? Do I not need to cut it off? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And then it's like the different stitch patterns, then the different speeds. My grandmother taught me how to sew. But she taught me how to sew by hand. So, I kind of like the hand work, but the machine is a lot better. Definitely. But I mean, that's really all the type of experience that I have in fashion. My son's father, when we first met, when we got together, I believe around the third or fourth year we were together, because when we first met, we were courting each other. He didn't like the way that I dress. He would joke me about how my pants made my butt look flat and all type of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So when we got together, he used to buy my clothes. He used to dress me. And I had no problem with that. Because I'm just like, he looks at my body. He sees my body. He likes my body. He's always looking at my body. So he, obviously he knows what I'm going to look good in. And I think he did a good job, during that time. So, I understand what it's like it's kind of insulting, because you don't want to feel like you're not accepted, or someone is not willing to accept or take you where you are at. They're not willing to receive you where you are at. But, it's kind of like not that serious. Like with me, like, bitch, I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn about, like, what? Who you trying to, what you trying to do? What you trying to say? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you know what? It's crazy. Should I talk about that? I'm going to just talk about it. This is a trauma that I have had for a very long time, but I don't understand it. So, I was in a relationship I was with my ex, and, I want to say the second year into our relationship, I'm about to go out with my sister, and he's just like, you don't dress up for me anymore. And I just couldn't understand where the fuck that came from. I'm just like, wait. So I'm just like, well, what are you saying? He was like, well, when I take you out, you don't dress up. I don't plan to be a lazy bump on the log when I get into a relationship. I don't see myself letting go. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you're sitting up here getting fat as hell. We used to go to the gym all the time. You don't see me complaining about your weight. You don't hear me saying, oh, well, you used to keep your body up for me. You want to know why? Because I don't care. As long as you are feeling good about you, that's all the fuck that matters to me. See, and it's like the pressure that men be trying to put on women to look a certain way. A woman, I know you should want to look, you should want to look. But I'm trying to tell you, I don't know. I feel like you should want to look good for yourself. But when you love, accept, and appreciate yourself wholeheartedly, it's kind of like you don't care. You're in love with you. You know what I mean? So when you're ready to make changes, then you will make the fucking changes. So I feel like with him getting fat as hell, I'm just like, okay, well, he know how to get back into the gym. I don't want to deal with him being insecure or any self-esteem, because it's kind of like dealing with his weight, because it's kind of like, nigga, you know what you can do to put yourself back into the mindset that you need to in order to feel good about yourself. But if you're not feeling bad about yourself, then what is the problem? You see, it triggered me because I began to realize we don't love each other on the same level. You know what I mean? You see, I be thinking long term. It's nothing wrong with preserving your body and keeping it in shape and all this type of shit, but it's just like, I love you. I don't care about that, as long as you don't if you start having health concerns, then okay, I'm going to say something. I'm going to help you do something about it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're okay with it, then I mean, what's up? I'm not with you because of your fucking body. I'm with you because I'm in love with you. So when he said that shit to me, it just triggered me, because I'm just like, we not on the same way. We not on the same page. And then it's just like, nigga, you gonna have some shit to say to me, but I guarantee if I call you out on getting fat, your ass gonna be mad as hell. Because he was real sensitive about his weight. He talked so much shit about people being overweight, people being fat, and people eating, like unhealthy foods and all that. So he was very judgmental about that shit. So when he came to me, I'm just like, well, for one, it's just like, nigga, we don't even go nowhere. You take me to places that we can literally walk to. I mean, that's no excuse, but that's the way I was thinking. We go to the Mexican spot across the street all the fucking time. We walk to the 7-Eleven all the fucking time. Most of the time, it's kind of like during this time, we slowed down with doing activities. We was always in the house. I'm comfortable. And it's just, it's like saying, I thought that I was just as beautiful to you in my natural as well as me dolled up. So then I realized, I'm just like, that's not it neither. So it's just like with that one little thing, it just revealed so much to me about the reality that I was ignoring about that relationship. And it's kind of like every time a man looks at me and thinks that it's kind of like, oh, you could do better, you could be looking better, it just triggers a rebellion in me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they're saying I'm not good enough. That's exactly what they're saying when they say shit like that. Because it's just like, if you got a haircut or if you don't got a haircut, bitch, I don't give a fuck as long as you feel good about you. If you got a fucking beard, your mustache is growing over your lip, You got food all in your beard and your mustache. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I don't want to kiss you and be tasting your lunch and your dinner. Then I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be like, can you trim it down? Because it's uncomfortable for me to kiss on you. But if you got your goddamn mustache growing over your fucking lip, you know that's a problem. You got food and shit in your beard and you not cleaning it out. That is a problem. Bitch, if I don't want to fucking wear makeup, that's not my problem, that's yours. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know. It just triggers the fuck out of me. It's just like, what do you really want? What are you really here for? If he would have sat me down and had a conversation, I love I love your natural. Your natural is beautiful for me, but when you're dressed up and you're looking good and your ego is pumping, that creates desire for me. So it's kind of like, okay, well, if I'm not creating that desire, then you're going to be tempted by somebody else who creates that desire for you. So the point is, we should have never been together in the first place. So that's why sometimes, and that's true, because it's like, for one, if you're getting into people don't get into relationships just to see where shit is going. People get into relationships because they're working towards something. They're working towards something with this person. I'm playing long term. I'm playing for keeps. That doesn't mean, wither away and lose the edge. But at the same time, I don't want to hear no complaints about my physical appearance. If I start breaking out of some shit and you're just like, are you okay? What's going on with you? Okay. It's about the honesty. I just didn't appreciate the way he did that. You don't dress up for me no more when we go out. What is all that? It's kind of like it brought out something childish in him. Something that festers within him. And it's just like, I didn't know that. I didn't know looks were so important to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the nerve. You're not all that. You're not fucking all of that. You don't see me trying to put pressure on you into, cause he had a gap. Now, what if I was to say, get that shit closed? Now that shit would have been fucked up, right? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I guess it just be triggering me, because it's kind of like, I done wasted my time with investing my feelings into you, and the shit is not mutual. So it just kind of annoys me. It just fucking annoys me. If there's anything that you want to change about somebody, it's kind of like, if it pesters with you, if it annoys you, if it's a deal breaker for you, that's not the person for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how, I hope I'm explaining this shit right. It's just, I need somebody who's on the same wave. I need somebody who's on the same understanding. Because my thing is, for one, the audacity for him to even say that to me, because nigga, I'm working 6 days a week, 12-hour shifts. I'm taking care of my son. I'm taking care of your son. Then on top of that, we was dealing with drama from his baby mama and his family. That shit was stressful. The baby mama came in, took the son, and he's sitting up there all stressed out, crying and sad. I already told him before we moved in, make sure you have custody. You know, and he always trying to make it seem like I didn't know what I was talking about. Then that shit hit when she took the son. He tried to go to the court, found out that girl got custody and he ain't got shit. So I'm just like, great. Now we got a new battle to face. Man, I was stressed the fuck out. So when I got a little freedom to get out and hang out with my sister and just live a little bit, all you can think about is how I'm not dressing up for you and life is stressful. Then on top of that, I was paying half of the bills. We was going half on everything. That's what I'm saying. Like, we going half on everything. I don't know. That shit just pissed me the fuck off. So it's kind of like, you know, when I meet a man, when he trying to figure out how he can upgrade me and all that type of shit, like I be feeling some kind of way. I'm just like, we don't want the same things, because I don't ever want to think, I don't ever want to feel that you are easily taken or can be taken. If that is the case, you're wasting my motherfucking time. And one thing I do not like is motherfuckers wasting my time. You know? So, you know, I sit here and say that, but these motherfuckers is wasting my time with all this goddamn bullshit that they be trying to do behind the scenes. But anyway, I'm just saying. You know, it just says so much. It just says so much about what a person, about all the things that a person is not saying. And I know some men will say, it's just a question. He just blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? No, if he has a problem, he should be able to communicate that. But why was he hesitant to communicate that? Because he tried to present himself to be something that he's not. He tried to make it seem like he loved me in depth, but he did not. Then on top of that, it's kind of like, nigga, I'm sitting up here stressed out with my life with you. You know, I get me a little me time, a little girl time, and here you come with the shenanigans. So the point of me telling you that is because I want you to understand, like, I get the rebellion. I get the offensiveness. You know what I'm saying? You see, my son's father did things my son's father told me straight up. That nigga was just like, man, you was wearing them clothes, you was wearing them pants, made your butt look flat. Here, try these on. Just straight to the point. Straight, honest, no chaser, thank you. Yeah, the shit hurt my feelings, but I appreciate the honesty. I don't have to worry. There's nothing that I have to worry about. Like, I don't have to worry about him looking at me sideways, feeling some type of secret way without him saying, you know, until, you know, and he keep it so quiet until he just finally get disgusted and fed up to the point to where he go out and mess around and make a big mistake, then come to realize that the stupid shit that he did wasn't worth it. Because dressing up and putting on makeup is not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But it tells me a lot with how you address situations. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I like that honest shit. I don't like that sideways shit. Yeah, it's gonna hurt my feelings. Yeah, my baby daddy hurt my feelings when he said that shit. But he was honest. And then he had a solution. It don't get no better than that. It's like somebody saying your breath stink. Would you like a piece of gum? Yeah, it hurt my feelings because it's embarrassing that my breath stank. But thank you that you have the gum so you can help me. So now I don't gotta be up here feeling embarrassed if I gotta talk to somebody else. Thank you. Appreciate you. That's what you call having my back. You got my back. I'm a deep, in-depth person. So I just be getting offended when motherfuckers it's like they be trying to make me think that they're that way, but they're absolutely not that way. And I done sat here and wasted my time and had to wait for your goofy ass to say something subliminally instead of you just saying what the fuck is really on your mind. Now I'm paranoid because it's just like, what else fuck shit ain't you saying? What else are you fucking hiding? Ooh, I can't stand it, honey. It's so uneasy because it's like, I can't trust you. I can't trust you because you scared to hurt my feelings. Well, when you got a daughter, you got to keep it real with her. It's going to hurt her feelings, but you got to keep it real with her. She tried to walk out the house with some booty shorts on. She thinking that she all cute and stuff. So you say something to her about them damn shorts. You tell her the truth about how men can potentially see her and view her. It's a form of you telling her the truth so she can be aware and make the choice if she's going to protect herself or not. She trying to run out here with these booty shorts trying to impress these dudes, and these dudes don't even like her, don't even respect her. But she's a young lady, so she doesn't know. So dad has to tell her. If she rebels and some shit happens, then boom, the lesson is learned. If she trusts her father, then she'll turn around and cover up. Make it a little more tasteful. Whatever. So, I get it. But I kind of feel like in this situation, there's an individual that kind of wants to do things with you. It's like they want to add to your foundation, your emotional foundation. So it's something that will benefit you. It may benefit them too, but the interest that the person has is in your best interest. But them being focused on your best interest also benefits them too. Like when it comes to me, there's nothing wrong with dressing up for your man, even if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to sex too, sex is kind of the same way. I know women, sometimes we use sex as a weapon. But I don't know. Sometimes I don't know, like, where is this going? Where are we going with this? Because I'm about to get real deep out here. Because I'm about to start talking about sacrifice. You know, sacrifice, people, I don't know. It's like sacrifice is too much for people. If I don't want to have sex, then we're not going to have sex. You know, how I do things, if I don't want to have sex, then I don't want to have sex, right? But at the same time, there are some times to where it's just like, I don't want to have sex, but I know he do. I don't mind making the sacrifice. Sometimes I'm upset with him. I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, man, fuck it. You know, because you have to put the balance back into the situation anyway, especially if you're living with somebody, you're sharing an environment. Sometimes you got to do shit you don't want to fucking do, and you can't take it so personal. That's what I'm saying. Like, I love my body, but I don't have an attachment to my body. Because when I was a vegan, you know, I began to learn and understand how the physical, I don't know, it's kind of like, I tell people anything can be used against you. Anything can be taken from you, including your own body. So it's kind of like, why have such an attachment to my body? That doesn't mean, oh, I'm not going to protect it. That doesn't mean, oh, I'm not going to defend it or take care of it or nurture it. That doesn't mean that. It's a perception. You know, I don't really dress up because, you know, I'm sad. I'm not in a loving relationship. I don't want to dress up. And I don't want to attract somebody to me just because they are attracted to me. I understand that attraction is the first thing that people see. You know, but I need somebody who sees me. I need to know that you see me. You know, and there have been guys to where, you know, they're attracted to me without all of that. But it's kind of like after a while, you know, because it's like there are other women out here that are doing it and these women look good. So that's what I'm saying. That's where you should go. That's where you should be. We're not on this. You're not going to look at me and say she's everything except for she don't do this. She don't look like this. Go get, go be where you want to be. Have the type of woman that you want to have. Stop trying to come into my life and change me. Because only if you inspire me will I be willing to make changes. These niggas is not inspiring. So yes, I rebel and I get an attitude. Fuck out of here, nigga. You go put some makeup on. You know, I like men with long hair. How about you get a couple of extensions? You see what I'm saying? Like, it just be like the nerve, the audacity. And my thing is, you know, in the past, what I've noticed is that I'll meet a man. You know, I'll meet him when he real raggedy. But there's something that I see in him. There's something that I feel about him. And that's all I see. But I'm going to tell you, the next time I see him again, he done cleaned himself up. It's inspiration. You see, it's not, oh, well, you know, you need to get you a haircut. You know, you need to clean up under your nails. You need to do this. You need to do that. Like, nigga. Mm-mm. I'm going to accept you as you are. I'm not going to make a decision about you right away. You know? But every time I meet somebody, or in the past, because I really don't meet people really anymore. But in the past, when I used to meet guys, they were not at their best when we met. You know? But then it's kind of like, the next couple of days or the next week, I see them, they looking fresh, feeling real good about themselves. And they already showed up to me at, when they're not at their best. So it's kind of like, that should be a confidence booster. It's support. It's encouragement. You know, she attracted to me. She liked me when I look like this, and I'm all bummed out or I'm not feeling good about myself, but she really liked me. She's attracted to me, this, and that. Now I'm inspired to want more for myself. That's how the shit's supposed to fucking work. Well, that's how I think it's supposed to work. Natural flow. And it's kind of like, okay, well, if it can't be that, then it got to be the truth. And my thing is that if I'm first meeting you and you making demands like that, it's just like, bruh, just choose the type of woman that you want. Stop fucking with me. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't know. That should just be in the way. But you have the eternity card. So it's kind of like nothing at this point in time is going to go wrong for you. Nothing is going to go wrong for you. Nothing is going to fuck up things for you. It's kind of like you have an individual that wants you to think so badly that you are unsafe, that you are not protected, that you don't have a good life. You may not have the most, you may not have the best of things, but you have what you need. You have what is most important, and you got your priorities straight, and you are grateful. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they can't, it's like they trying to convince you of something that you know. It's like something that you see, that you witness every day. And they think they have the ability to be able to create some type of glitch within your program. That's what you call a virus. So what's up? Is there some type of virus? Somebody planning to put out some type of virus? I'm starting to pick up somebody trying to do something to YouTube. Somebody trying to take out YouTube. Well, let me not say too much about that, cause I ain't got time for the MIB. Today, I'm just trying to have a lovely day. That's all. So we ain't gonna do too much with all that. They just ready to white what YouTube making people famous. Motherfuckers don't like that. Like, I get it. I understand. I'm starting to pick up on a lot though. So we just gonna end it here. So until next time, we'll talk again. Thank you.